So obviously Harvey's done a couple of shows with us on the Block9 this season. We get the videos from him at the end of each game, which is great to pit up to give you the raw fan emotion after a match. And please give us a positive one on Saturday. And so I said to him, look, we didn't want to talk too negative tonight. And I think we've been fairly good up to that point. You can't avoid the situation. But I said, let's go and talk about your journey. But Andy, there's a connection that goes back a bit. Harvey is young, but come on, what's the link between the two of you?
Do you know, I taught him all he knows about vlogging and stuff like that. I taught him all he knows about reading and writing. This young man, right? I was Harvey's TA back in the day when TAs were there. But Harvey went to obviously the same school as I did. Really good lad. We've got a lot of time for Harvey. So really glad to have him as part of the Block9 as well, because he's a top bloke and he's going to go far.
Harvey, do they still have the inkwells and quills?
That's why I struggled to write when he was getting these quills out.
I know, they're terrible.
So Harvey, look, there's a montage that I put together from stuff you sent me of some of your journey. Obviously, there's tons and tons more. But Harvey's got his YouTube channel. You can look it up if you don't already. So please go and do that subscribe thing that I showed you just now. Harvey England. Is it just Harvey England, or Harvey England YT is your X account, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just Harvey England on YouTube.
So look for that.
It is good content, guys.
Yeah, so Harvey does 10 to 12 minute wrap-ups. I'll get him to take you through it because that's what tonight's about. But I did pull a couple of slides together. So your journey, Harvey, started in, as you said to me, May 2019. The channel kicked off with Plymouth Argyle versus Scunthorpe United. That's what it's picked up anyway. Beginning of a dedicated fans' visual diary. So tell us what got you into the idea. Obviously, you went to a few games beforehand, but then what got you thinking, do you know what? Why don't I vlog about this rubbish? That would be a good idea, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I was always that kid in school, you get it, people in school that do their own YouTube channels and stuff. And I've done it for years on end, on and off, doing whatever videos in their life. And I've done a few Argyle vlogs previously. I used to sit in the Lyndhurst end with me and my dad, and we used to sit quite close to the front, and around us was a lot of disabled people. I think it's fair to say that a lot of people that had challenges. The lady that sat by me, and she always stands out because she used to go with her best friend, and you couldn't really see. People like that every week, and seeing people be there for a couple of weeks and then not for a few weeks, and then when you see them again, you say, I didn't have the money, I couldn't go, or it's not accessible and stuff like that. So it was sort of an eye-opener. I thought sort of decided one day, you know what, YouTube's a free platform. If I can give my own fan experience from it's a free service for anyone that can't go to the games. It's not going to be bang on, it's not going to be the exact same, it's going to be as close to, and that's what I try to keep it at, good fan experience.
Yeah, well, as we've learned, we were talking this week, it's like months or so, currently, isn't it, since started journey. Thought in a million years, I've said it before, for those that join us regularly, Carl, Andy and Gavin, even when he's on, would ever think that we would have an Argyle podcast and do live streaming and all this jazz. Takes a lot to get the shows ready and going, and I thank the patience my family for that, because what you see here and what's put together still takes me a couple of hours to do, and the guys help as well where they can. So we want to bring you our story. And Harvey, for you, sort of getting ready and getting set up, just take us through now that journey of, because you do a bit recording before you leave the house, on the road, then obviously post-match thoughts, and then the end. So yeah, it's a rundown of that.
Yeah, so I like to be very organised, and I like to have routine. For every game, if anyone's watched my vlogs, you'd recognise I do the same things for every game, and it all comes from this magic book where I write down.
Hang on, let's Andy, can you score this writing, please?
Oh, well, it's much improved.
It's back to front, though. Oh, that's the camera.
Yeah. So, I always do like the previous encounters, the league standings of that game, and then just a brief summary of any news that's happened in that week. And I feel like that gives a nice insight in before the game. I know that most people don't really want to hear it, but it gives a little bit of introduction sort of to the game. And it's a bit different for home and away. For home, I'll be straight to the ground. Often I'll have a pint with my dad in the concourse, but if I'm away, I'll do a beer review. And get to the game and watch it unfold.
Yeah, and folks, it's all individual clips. What Harvey does do as well is he films a little segment. I don't know. Do you just leave the camera running, Harv, or do you see a bit of build up and you go straight to record?
Yeah. Because I've always played football, in the back of my head, I can sort of when there's something gonna happen. So I've always got my phone and my trusty tripod by my side. As soon as I see something, I'm up ready for it. So yeah, not very often I miss anything, but there's odd occasions.
Yeah, we should throw you in the dugout.
What do you actually use, Harvey? Your phone, or have you got like a separate video?
Yeah, I use my phone. It was obviously stolen. Pro Max, so the quality of it was just as good as a camera. So yeah.
Have you ever had any incidences when you've failed to record, or you've like something out of the edit, or something's gone wrong and you've liked your footage or something? Has that ever happened?
I've never lost all the footage, but I have had instances where like it's come up like power, and I've like clicked Sheffield United last year, Kiefer Moore penalty. It said low power as I went to record. And by the time I started recording, the penalty was already in. I was like, that'd be helped, you know. And it's a very occasion it happens.
Harvey,
have you got one of those charging blocks?
Absolutely, Andy.
I'll carry one with me. Yeah.
It's so when we take all those clips, folks, and I've started to over the last sort of 12, 18 months learn to edit stuff. You've got to stitch it all together, and you've got to take the clips, get rid of the wheat from the chaff, all that sort of stuff, and then put it together. And then when you get back, Harvey, you obviously record a piece and at your desk to sort of out, don't you?
Not anymore. Normally, I'll just do it in the ground now because I like to get it out as soon as possible. I like to preferably get it out before the actual team's highlights. Little like a highlights video because I see it often hits a lot more people often watch, but. Yeah, it's very hit and miss sometimes. So getting out half hour rapid, sometimes it takes a bit longer.
Yeah, but it's all those moments where everybody now, doesn't it? If there's a penalty going, you all going to get ready with your phone. And Carl's trying to show off his new grit. Look how big my zoom is. It goes on. What phone are you rocking now since you had that once?
I've got my girlfriend's old phone at the moment. Picture over there. Yeah, I've got her old one at the moment. And I was meant to have one delivered yesterday. So anyone working at Royal Mail, got blood on your hands. Where's my phone?
You'd think this famous YouTube person with all the monetization, it would have a backup phone and a backup to the. And let's not forget, you also have some of the guys that go with you standing around going, right, yeah, I'll hold the phone while you read the team sheet out. Right, I'll do your hair. Yeah, you look all right. Let me reflect this light onto you.
I've got a makeup artist, everything.
I'll sack the makeup artist, but give your boys a shout out. Who regularly attends the games with you?
Oh well, at home games it's always my dad. So shout out to my dad. Probably be my mate Ben. For Way, obviously the old Argyle Way boys. We used to do a podcast back a couple of seasons now. Obviously, you got the Cornish Janner, you got Harv, and you got Liam. They always help me out, but often or not now that because when you go away. Every week you see the same people, you see the same faces. Often now, if I'm not with any of them, I'll be with someone, and someone will hold the phone for me. So, yeah, without them, they all help stitch up my vlogs. They all help, in little segments which ultimately help me.
So it's all coming out now, folks. See just the face in front of the camera, folks. These are the boys that are doing hard work. No, it's good because to get the content out is not an easy job to do all this. We've started to try and grow more of our YouTube. Carl put a post out saying, obviously on X, and if you don't already, please go and follow. We're trying to grow that. We're aiming to get more shorts out. We've got Finley, who runs the PAFC News Hub account, X and TikTok and all the other channels. Young 16-year-old aspiring, even 17 now, aspiring sports journalist, a bit like Herbie, who you've seen saw on last Thursday. We want to bring that sort of people that are into doing that. I want to help them share their content, so we're going to aim to get sort of more stuff out the platforms. But if I just go back then to the slide deck, the away day debut, the first away game vlog documented the clash against Cheltenham Town, capturing the unique atmosphere following Argyle on the road. The Kim recognition, a high point, you said, Harv, is hearing the fans chant your name at home park. Did it end with the word W on it? Or I don't know. I can't remember.
No, it was brilliant. It was after, it's either Portsmouth at home when we won 2 or 3-1, or it was after Derby where we won 3-2. And it's these lads, they sit on the other side to me of block 1 as walking down. I've seen him and that, and he's one of our own, and it was mental. It was quite surreal.
A real moment.
Yeah.
I mean, making a lot of effort to bring people and the reasons you started it off, I think are fantastic. Then, and you get appreciated for it. Just reading out a couple of the comments. Stephen Cooper just saying, Harvey's dad spoils him, laughing out loud. Dad's a good guy as well. Gets all the best jobs at the taxi firm where they work, if you didn't know. I love your blog. Saturday, it's part of my Saturday night. Dan, guy bottom left, sorry, awful with names. Your video is very out of sync with the sound. Who's out of sync? No, I don't know if it's you. Bottom left, it was. Well, anyway, doesn't matter. This does happen sometimes, folks. You can get a little bit of slippage.
Still on dial-up, Andy, aren't you?
Just wave your quill a bit, see if you can pick up the Wi-Fi. Yeah. Alex at Argyle saying, yeah, that as well, Harvey. When I think there's a chance about to be created, I press record immediately. And also, let me just scroll down a bit to it. We had Ferris, FS Vlogs, evening mate. Hiya, Harv, love the blogs. Shame about the performance at the moment. I'm a season ticket holder in the Devonport end. Do you think Cleverly can change this round before he's asked to leave? I'll come to that in a second. And Double Tree Dart saying, well, it does take him about 10 tries for an intro.
Yeah.
We've all been there. Even Carl and Andy when they've done some TikTok as well. So all fun. Let's just answer that question from then. I said earlier, you were of the out camp. You're obviously going to have to stick with him a bit more. But after Saturday, there's no arguments. And if there isn't an improvement, regardless of the result, there has to be a change, doesn't there?
Yeah, it's a tough one because I was very much like this with Foster. Although that I can, in the back of my mind, I can think I don't want someone to be at the football club. I also, as a fan, I don't want to cause bad atmosphere. I think I am swaying towards more Cleverly out, but that isn't going to stop me going to every game, supporting him, cheering him, and supporting the team. I think that's the most important thing. And in fairness, although I do think Cleverly out, I do also want the team to succeed. I want Cleverly to put me wrong and for me to think back on myself and be like, what a donut. Why did I want him out and such? But I think if we do lose Saturday and there is no improvement, I think that he's to go for the sake of the season.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Right, let me go back to the timeline. So, unforgettable matches. Key memories include celebrating the league win at Port Vale away, the electric atmosphere against Liverpool at home, and the final game of the season against Hull City.
Yeah, I think there's three Mays for Argyle fans, and I think the Port Vale one edges it over everything. Seeing the team win the league, and that was just magical. That was incredible. Liverpool as well. What the moment about that game was the Connor Hazard save in the last minute, where I think that's when only then I started believing that we was actually going to win the tie. And a funny story of Hull City is because that was the last game of the season, I didn't actually sleep the night before. I was full of nerves. I couldn't sleep. I was sweating all game.
Remember that?
That went at full time where we knew we stayed up. Was
yeah, it's I have very good memory additionally of that Liverpool game because I put a random bet responsibly, of course, if you do, and I rarely literally ever bet, and I came away with a few £100, but I literally cashed out as that free kick, and he did pull off a blinder of a save to tip it over the bar. Double Tree Darts saying, if Cleverly goes, who on earth do we bring in to replace him? And that is another issue which we discussed last week. It's not just as simple as get rid of him, and who do we then bring in? Because it could be a worse situation, but it doesn't mean to say that it wouldn't work either. But I hope we get around, like I said, at the end of Saturday's show, because we don't need more disruption and want to just get on and rebuild. Holly Foster, get on, Harv, with a hand purple blue piece, which doesn't turn into an emoji again. Harv waving back. So to further add on to Harvey's vlogging journey, high, lows and milestones, overcoming challenges on this one, facing verbal abuse at Ipswich away. Well, actually, my dad's down here for the weekend from London, and he's a massive Ipswich fan, so hopefully it wasn't him. An incident with pennies at West Brom and struggling with motivation during the lockdown period. Yeah, go on, break those down for us, Harv.
Yeah, obviously I think vlogging now in general, I think it does come with a lot of pros and cons, and the cons being that you are judged as a person of the content you make, not the person that you are. I'm Ipswich away where we lost 3-2. I come out of the stadium and Argyle fans and Ipswich fans both giving me stick, and I've got quite a big backbone, and I'm versatile to what people say. I can shut up my mind quite and ignore it. The 1-1, that was probably the most challenging time for me as a vlogger. I had a few lobbing pennies at me. One of them clipped the back of my head, but luckily I'm a solid, it didn't hurt. But yeah, that was very much
was it not just donating to your channel?
Yeah. The pot was the hood, and he just kept missing it. So, but I think things like that, people are always gonna. I don't think it's jealousy. I never see it as that, but people are always gonna hate on other people's success. And no, everyone wants everyone to be at the same level. No one wants anyone to succeed when you've got that type of mindset. So it's one of them things you get part and parcel with it. Any vloggers, I know Alex at Argyle, he's starting to do some vlogs now, does a great on them, and went to that stage, everyone gets to that stage where you get stick, and it's sort of where you decide if you're going to carry on or stop, and you've always got to carry on and not them win.
What's just on that before I elaborate on that, what's Alex at Argyle's channel on YouTube, Harv?
Alex at Argyle.
Yeah, just, of course, because he's signed in under YouTube. Just going to go and find his channel and just tick subscribe, which I've just done now. So please go and do the same to support any Argyle fan in that. Obviously, it said in that piece as well about the lockdown period, but just elaborating on this, Andy touched upon it. The side, Andy is a professional counsellor, so give him a shout if you really do need to give your Argyle troubles or any other troubles. Andy dab hand at taking his dog out for a walk, so why not go for a walk and chat. A little bit of flavour from what you said there, to a degree, what some of the players then get. Yourself out there, we put ourselves out there. I mean, some abuse time and thoroughly deserved. But one of those where you just have to brush it off, either try and turn it into banter in some way. Bullies, if you call it that, don't like when you bite back. I mean, you turn around and threw pounds back at him, he would have been taken a bit for that, wouldn't he? But you get to experience that. But you're thick-skinned, like you said, you just get on with it, you enjoy what you do. And that's where I said the other day, and we all agreed on this, is that the worst thing about situations like this, the toxic environment that you said, Harvey, is it just gets fans having a go at fans just because they don't agree with your view. You want to be Hallett out, you want to be Cleverly out, you want to be Paul Byrne and every man and his dog at Argyle out, but just because someone to the right of you doesn't want to say that they're wrong, banter about it, but don't get down in the and start the slagging matches that go on. But the lockdown period. Oh, go on, Andy.
That's what I meant by unity earlier on, going against fans. And we're all fans, aren't we? So why are we going against each other if we support the same club?
Yeah, it's just, but that's the sad world of football where things aren't going well. But lockdown, tell us how you dealt with that and that, because obviously you noted that as a point.
Yeah, I think lockdown was, challenging for everyone in aspects. There was a lot with not being able to go to the football, and I spent a long amount of time not making match reactions, not doing previews, just stopped doing videos. And because I enjoy doing it, I it's something that is I'm not necessarily good at, because I'm versatile to it. But during, I think it was because I was still very young, and videos and not seeing them doing well as such, and having motivation to do it was very close to me sort of just packing it in. And I'd make a TikTok on this, must have been end of last year, start of this year, and it was the aspect of lockdown was 5 years ago today, and I was not right now, but
no, when you did the vid, yeah,
it was like 5 years ago today. I was 15 years old. I had like 300 subscribers, and I think where I've come from to now, it's something that I'll be proud that I.
Yeah, it's fortunate, if you want to call it that, where I was still working. That was pretty intense as a retailer trying to stay open. We took some flack for that, but believe you me, it saved thousands and thousands of jobs, no matter how you want to look at it. It is a difficult one, and I think what happened with COVID, but it was bizarre, and it must have been for the players, bizarre playing in dead, silent stadiums. At least you had no one having a go at you when you were shit, though. So that.
Well, we won the league that year.
Well, yeah, we do. You know what I mean? It's just one of those, isn't it? So Alex at Argyle saying thanks, as much appreciated. Yeah, no.
Thanks.
At all, yeah, he's grown with 277 subs. So we'll also have check out channel later myself as well. Stephen, my best memory of Argyle was the win at home to a league against God. That, to be fair, I said to the guys before, my memory on games is rubbish, but someone rekindles them. I was there for that one, and no seasons really with Sturrock when we got up in that as well, and that was fantastic. Oh. Dan saying Portsmouth home on win playoffs. Were you there for that, Harv? I'm guessing so.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I mean, pay him either, guys, so don't worry about it. Ollie, we've already read that one out.
Just throw him a few pennies.
Yeah. Giving them back.
Add some to the kitty. So, tough on the pitch, experiencing relegation to League Two during the first ever video. Oh, God, right, okay. And away losses against Exeter and Norwich. About the emotions. But, yeah, winning, which is more of than the trials and tribulations, I suppose. Hopefully, I won't get a knock to League Two this season.
Hopefully.
Tour. So, guys, I did ask Harvey how many miles does he think he's racked up? How many grounds has he been to in his time since blogging since 2019? A cumulative of 20 to 25,000 miles, although his car insurance doesn't say that. It's 6,000 a year. Travelled different grounds to support the Greens.
Only
and the final
points, Harv.
Well, yeah, by them grounds, I've went to 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. Do you have a map in your room there where you pin all places you've been to?
No, but I should get one. I did used to have a mate of mine, Joe Benwell, for my birthday, bought us one of them these, and you scratch them off as you go to the grounds.
Oh yeah.
Lost it.
Well, you could do the modern day equivalent, Harv, and just do a Google Maps and then pick a Harvey YouTube map setting, and you can use it on your channel and go, right, new club this season, folks, because when we go down, you might get to see some more. We're not going to go down.
There's still a few teams in this league I haven't been to, and I think about it, but if we do go down, there is certainly a lot more teams that I haven't quite been to. But no,
what's the furthest trip you've ever done with Argyle?
Yeah, great question.
Oh, it's Sunderland or Middlesbrough, whichever one the longer one of that is, and that was killer. I'd done it one year on coach, and that broke me. That was me, and I'd done 1 year. I'd done it with a few mates, and we went on planned to go up by train. All the trains got cancelled, so we went on coaches instead. So, yeah.
I think on Hartlepool, Carlisle back there and back in the day, Hartlepool there and back in the day. Oh man!
Yeah,
well, my furthest, which I'll never forget, was going Norwich on the coach, and especially because about 6 foot, so and was on those seats.
Yeah,
and it's it's the people on the coach, and obviously even though we lost, I think it was a 1-0 defeat that game way back last championship. It made up by guys on the and
a character on it's called Noddy, and a lot of Argyle fans remember Noddy. Always first off the bus to get his breakfast, always last one back on the bus. We had to get going again. But what a character!
Well, I do you have any random stories like up on the coach? Because one that I had was we got back to the ground and someone didn't have the key to let people into the gate at Argyle, and I remember what I managed to get the lock off. I mean, house robbing over the years, but managed to get the lock on, get us in there, and it was. And I don't know, and I don't want this to sound out of turn because I think he did pass, but Keith, the bald-headed guy that used to go up loads and loads and manage and organise the coaches, it was Kai who were trying to get them, which we managed to in the end. It was peeing it down as well. But that is what it's like being an Argyle fan. I
was a bus that broke down on the way to Wembley as well for AFC bus that broke down. On Holden Hill, I think it was. Somehow they managed to find a spare bus, which is extremely difficult. It was literally the whole of the Southwest buses were en route to Wembley, and we got there about 2:30, so we missed all the build-up, literally just got off the bus and went straight in, and then the game was just terrible.
Yes, I was on the bus to Hartlepool, right, where we won 8-1. That famous season, we won 8-1 up there, and we had to win our game and hope Wigan lost their game, but Wigan won their game as well. So we just missed out in promotion, and Carlisle where they had a protest up there. It was a 0-0 draw. Argyle fans joined in the protest. 3,000 fans up there. It was amazing.
It must be too bad now, Andy, with your bus pass. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's not bad now. Yeah. Local Temple Meads, you solid. You're just
The final point and the biggest one of Harvey's career is getting involved with the Block9 podcast. I mean, guys who anything for clicks and views.
Yeah, my career vlogging. I'm going to announce it now. Now that I've been invited and I've had my mention by the Block9, I can peacefully retire and live my rest of my days out in the grandstand, I think. So
look at cigars, drink his whiskey to his heart's content.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, folks, it's good having him on. I mean, Harvey got on more shows, but he was always too busy frying chicken than being able to come on. So I have a final slide for Harvey, which I think is a great picture of him and his dad. How old are you there?
Oh, I was Leicester. 19?
What are you now?
He's a whippersnapper.
Yeah, 21 now. Getting old. Andy, I was meaning to message you, actually. Where did you get your bus pass?
I got it. Hey,
don't steal my jokes, all right? Just because you're more famous than me on YouTube. So what's next for Harvey? The slide says for those that are listening post. So obviously you've got a new career. Hang on, Andy. You've got a new career, Harv, haven't you? So what is it you've gone into recently?
I can't say it too much online, but yeah, very career. It's hopefully going to get me wealthy-ish. I don't know. It's this career that I'm very very involved with, and I think my steps is just to solidate everything that I'm doing. I think that I've grew something really well with my YouTube, and I think that it's something.
Don't take my joke, Michael.
No, yeah, it's something I just want to keep growing, keep doing what I can do, and keep videos out, mainly for the reason that I started, so know we can wider range of Argyle fans and fans that aren't fortunate enough to be in my position and be able to go can good view of the game. Yeah, that's really. I'm happy. I'm living my life.
Is that different to, because I was referring more to a other job change, but did that not? He's looking at me confused, so I'm going to put it in the private chat.
That's what I keep doing. Keep taking me on Tuesday. That's what I'm going to keep doing.
Shopping with now.
Yeah, no, yeah, you've messaged me about that's stuff I've gone into.
Okay, I'm like this. Why is it so top secret?
Yeah, no, I didn't have to be too secretive really until my first day, and they said that you shouldn't be mentioning it. I was like,
we want to keep him in this job, but I mean, if they can check. I mean, to look at your YouTube channel,
getting sacked in the morning. You can't be saying that, Harsh.
Well, if Tom Cleverley can keep his job, I can keep mine.